Thank you very much. My name is Beatrice Kemunto. I'm the founder and Secretary General of Leather Articles Entrepreneurs Association based in Kenya. I have been in the leather industry for quite some time. And having been in the leather industry for some time, I interact with other stakeholders in different ways. The first way of interacting with other stakeholders in the leather industry is through mobilizing a private sector and trying to see how I can create linkages between private sector and public sector. So as an association, my role is also that one of lobbying and advocacy. And by taking up that responsibility as a Secretary General, so I seek to create mutually benefiting synergies between various spheres of our society, specifically with the intention of growing the leather industry in Kenya. So that is how I interact with the government, let's say, and try to forge partnership between government and private sector. But then I also wear another hat. I'm a leather entrepreneur. I run a design house by the name Sanabora Design House. And through, therefore, my design house, I also relate with the stakeholders in a different way. Now, as an entrepreneur, I relate with tanners as suppliers of input to my production. I relate with consumers as customers. I relate with government and other policymakers as enablers to my business to flourish. So there are different ways that I relate with the stakeholders in the industry. I also relate with COMESA, and at COMESA level, I actually relate with them at COMESA level. Now, not COMESA, LLPI, we are talking about Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute. I also serve at the Leather Design, the COMESA Regional Design Studio. So as the chairperson at the design studio, and therefore I take the responsibility to lead the board and the experts that we have that are serving at the Regional Design Studio, so that they can better reach out and be able to dispense their services to the wider family, now operating at the African regional level. But then I also receive support and service from ALPI. And that is basically why we are here, because ALPI has been very instrumental by reaching out to us at a national level with capacity development projects, giving us information, and also trying to forge linkages and partnership between the outer world, the international community, and those of us who are in Africa and specifically in our respective countries, so that then we can also either be able to access markets or be able to bring down technologies to our country. So I relate with stakeholders in different ways, wearing the different hats that I do. Now, I think this is the most vibrant time for the leather industry, I can say. Probably during my time. I may say that I'm not very old in the leather industry. Okay. I may be among the new entrants into the industry, but I tend to feel, actually looking through reports and studies, I tend to believe that this is a very vibrant time in terms of leather, in terms of how leather is moving. And from my observation, I want to believe that the vibrancy we are feeling today did not start now. It started some time back. A lot of work has been happening underground. So much effort has been put underground, and I want to believe that much of it is the effort that is actually coming through ALPI. Because you see, ALPI has been around various countries in Africa trying to enable and support governments to generate even strategies for growing and developing the leather industry. So I want to believe that the vibrancy we are feeling today is the result of a lot of underground work that has been happening up to this particular point. So as we speak today, I think a couple of African countries are now running very well articulated and robust leather development strategies. And to me, that is the best place to be, because you do not want to be moving to a direction enthusiastically towards a direction you do not really know. So with very well articulated and laid down strategies, then I'm so confident that we will be moving, and we are moving towards the right direction in as far as growing the leather industry. I like the theme of the conference specifically, whereby we're saying it is time for us now to transform, to move from commodity to product. And to me, really, as a person with an industrial design background, this is the best that we can ever be, and the best theme that we could have ever thought about at this particular time. Why do I say this, really? We cannot purport to grow economically as a region, even as a country, if we do not accrue the best value that we can from the various products that we are supplying the global market. So if we are beginning to think about how we can add value to our basic material, then to me that is the best approach to growing our economies within the region. So to me, I was so excited looking through the theme and listening through various presentations and discussions. I think that was the best that we could have. Now, second thing that I've really liked and enjoyed about the conference is the fact that now we're not talking about issues and problems, because for very many years and many occasions we talk about our challenges. You know, we are quick at pointing where it pains and where we have challenges. But this time around we're beginning to hold discussions on how do we solve the challenges that we have. And most of the presenters actually came with solutions to the already identified challenges that we are experiencing as a region, and also according to our own respective countries. So to me, going home with solutions, you know, almost turnkey concepts that are ready to go implement, that would be the best again that I could come out of this this conference with. And lastly, I have also learned that it's important to choose our friends wisely, because like we have people, technologies from various countries that have been presented here, some that are actually willing to even step down, come to our various countries and be able to share the knowledge and skills and the technology and others in utilizing the technology that they have. So I feel like this time round we have packaged the conference very well. We already have solutions. The most important thing that we need to go home with is commitment to execute the lessons learned here and be able to apply some of the technologies that we've been able to get insight into while we were here.